it, I just do it. And she gives me a funny look, and I give her a funny look. And she keeps writing and says, okay, well, have you been to the hospital since the last time you were here? I said, yeah, I went to the ER. I think I was having a heart attack. Well, what'd they say? I said, they said I didn't have a heart attack, but they wanted to admit me for a stress test. And she goes, okay, chicka, 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 writes her stuff down, sends me into the doctor. Doctor's like, you stopped taking all your medicine. I said, yeah, because I gave up on the VA, because the VA gave up on me. Here's all your medicine. See you later.
Yeah, there you go. It
And
was
I
all
looked at her.
rhetorical. We don't really want you to answer. Just take your shit and get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. And I said, doctor, I think I need a back surgery. And she's like, well, wait till we get your blood test back. We'll look at it. Blood test? Honestly?
Yeah, now you know that's all going to get worse here next year. I mean, there's going to be an absolute guarantee you. This whole healthcare thing, it's getting, it is it's spite fucking politics. Even if it were good, repeal, first thing on the docket. They're going to repeal all this affordable healthcare shit, all the free fat programs, welfare, all this shit, Social Security, everything's going to take a huge hit, which is good if you get to the wealthy line. You want to get to the wealthy bus before this happens. So if you have anything wrong with you, now's the time to suck off the teat of the American taxpayer right now, because it's going to end. And you want to be on the good bus. You want to be one of those rich people when the Republicans get in there. And you know what? It's bullshit to say, oh, I hate Republicans. Because if you had a lot of money, you want to be a Republican. Think about it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does. I mean, if you don't have anything, you're like, fuck. The American way is, well, I should try to get stuff because this is a capitalistic society. Then I can be a Republican and I can make sure bus lines don't come to my neighborhood with black people and ruin shit for me. And the little kids will have those pink things in their hair and they'll be outside talking about the Lord Jesus while they're eating their skimp and their roast beef with rib sauce or whatever they do in the backyard, shark feces. And now you want to be a Republican. And now's the time, if you're white and you're poor. That black people, of course, are always going to get free cheese and bologna and tampons or whatever they get. I don't know. They get something. Jerry curl stuff. Yeah, of course they do. Okay. They get free hysterectomies. They get free abort. You know, look at it. A white government. Think about this. What's the first thing they want to do with a breeder who's black? They're like
free tampons.
Yeah, you know you're 14. No, that's next. You're 14. It's a good time to have a hysterectomy. It truly is. I mean, why wait? Let's just look at the math. Chances are, mathematically, your kid's going to end up in prison being raped by a dirty, filthy Mexican after he gets HIV from his hoes and his bitches while he was out selling crack. So the best thing to do now is just stop it before it ever happens, and it's on us. Thank Uncle Sam. Thank you. Or Jesus, whatever you want. White Jesus, not the black one.
How come people don't pay attention to statistics?
Because it's reality. They don't want to live there, in my opinion. People want to play ostrich. Like, oh, here's something I got to think about. Fuck me. Isn't tonight Third Rock or some goddamn Punky Brewster or what's that little fucking fat hillbilly cunt they like watching who ended up being a pedophile fucking target? The little trailer. Debbie Daly's little grandkid. I can't remember the name. Anyway, it had something to do with a trailer and a pedophile and eating hot dog. Anyway, the point being is this is what, and that other girl. What's her name? Spooky or Pookie or something? That's stupid.
Snooki.
Yeah, Snooki. Yeah. The American population wants to watch her urinate outside on her sun deck. I mean, that's where we are pretty much. Yeah, look, she peed. Oh, Jesus. What's she going to do next? I think she's going to throw poop. Honey, come here. Grab the croissants. I think this girl's going to take a shit, right? She's going to take a shit in the grill. That's what we're mesmerized by, us being American culture. So if somebody wants to hit them with reality or mathematics or statistics, they go into fucking retard mode. Their brains go to, there's two little cows on a teeter-totter in their brain going back and forth. They don't want to deal with that. Fuck that. That has nothing to do with me going to the poker room or getting my dick sucked by my neighbor's fucking kid. No, this is reality. I don't want to deal with this shit. Fuck you. I'm going to go wash my Beamer. Cocksucker.
Now, this is just American culture we're talking about, right? So who is it that's got it together that's going to fly past us, would you say?
Oh, most definitely. And I do mean this. The India, that country.
Mm-hmm.
India. And the reason I say that is because now they have nuclear weapons. They have more people than we do. They're competing with the Chinese, and they've learned to take a sandblaster to the vagina of every fifth female born in the country, which, of course, lessens the attraction for the penis. Hence, we're not going to have procreation, which means less annoying little fucking Indians running around with dots on their head. They eat very little, and they're okay with mud huts. So give them a fucking nuclear weapon, we're fucked. That's it. We're just fucked. Everybody else, I don't know. We're in the same boat. Sorry.
Yeah.
India.
China and Russia are sneaking up too, but India, the PhDs there will work for $4 an hour, and that puts us at a distinct disadvantage on the global economic scale for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And you can't take any of them to a world court, crimes against humanity, because everybody that lives in that country is Dr. fucking Patel. Think about it. Dr. Patel. And you can't tell. They're like black kids. You can't tell them apart. They put a dot on their head. I mean, what kind of fucking kind? They have a dot on their head. And part of their culture in, I believe it's the, not the Muslim, but the, what's the other fucking, the Kama Sutra people? I can't remember.
Hindi.
Hindu. They all smell wrong. But they have the female. Now, one of their cultural beliefs is the woman of the household runs things. Mm-hmm. Even though the man usually works in some kitchen, they drink latte and eat curry and whatever. It smells wrong. And if they ever stay at a motel or own one, the whole fucking floor smells. I don't want to get into it. You can't even get rid of it
right now. Okay.
It does. And they all have that dot on their head. And they look like they're up to something. But the female must have the matriarch of the family must have her foot kissed by the other people in the family. Now, this must be done in public. I'm not saying foot fetishes are... Oh, that's the president. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're going to have to carry on a minute. I got to take this call. It's very important.
We're talking about foot fetishes in India, and
Jesus Christ.
Jesus is on the phone with Guy. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. Yeah, WWJD, bitches. If I had a foot fetish in India, I would just make sure they were clean. I mean, that's the biggest thing, because you're walking on goat shit, and, I doubt they have great sewage, at least in the ghetto parts. You're eating the curry, you're having, maybe they've adopted some Korean food, kimchi, for example. If the smells of the food permeate the countryside. I don't think I'd like that unless it were Ireland, because then it's corned beef and cabbage if I'm going to manage. And so if I had to kiss a foot in India, honestly, I would make sure that I truly believed in the Hindu gods first, Vira Krishna and Vira Shunya, and the diamond vehicle and the 4 levels and all that. And they believe that when you die, you have to die 4 times, at least 4 times. And each time you get, it's like high school. You die at the end of the 9th grade, and assuming you lived okay, you go to the 10th grade and then the 11th grade. And finally, your 4th trip through, you're on the 12th grade, you've reached your highest spiritual plateau. And then what? Well, you worship cows. I mean, eternity must be much like a cow. What do you call it when they wrestle the cows and tie them up? Cow hustling or something. So it must be like that, except pet the cow. You pet the cow. Now imagine an eternity standing on a cloud petting a cow. Think you could handle that? I mean, that's really what it is. I don't know if I would groove with that kind of thing for eternity. I'm pretty sure I'd rather die than deal with that. Yeah, guys talking to Jesus right now. We're talking about the evil within. Mike B is in the chat room. You all know this. Bjorn, and I like saying it because I like the way it's spelled. Sounds very Swiss, might be Norwegian. We don't know. Scandinavian of some sort. Bjorn Eriksson. And I don't have anything against Debbie. I'm not allowed to hate on Debbie the way some of you guys do, because I just... there are very few hosts of Spreaker I'm allowed to hate on. I have to have an internal cause to hate, and I don't really have that for Debbie. I don't have it for anybody. And the people that were bothering me seem to be gone, and I guess my blocking or they left or whatever. So I'm happy. Yeah, I am. Apocalypse is in there. He was my first original fan. Shame on him. Trevor Cody's in there. He may have fallen asleep, or maybe they went back over to Rick's and got some drama. Zodiac 12 Andrew, my favorite Australian Desert Rose, the queen, apparently, of the Resistance Radio Network. And I'm not a part of any network. and I am only a panelist on the Evil Show. You have to understand, Kev does solo. I'm a solo wolf. I do a solo thing up in this bitch.
Sounds like Himmler at the end of World War II. That was Hitler, nigger. Wasn't me. That was that nigger over there. I was just wearing a uniform.
Yeah, but he had a cyanide capsule hidden in a fake tooth, so he was ready
how
to
does
die
that
too.
happen? Think about
I don't
that.
know. You would think they'd mistake and accidentally swallow it. You know?
Yeah, during the Nuremberg trials, they're like, "Oh, that guy jumped off the fucking third floor." Come on, he didn't jump. You didn't go to court, then jump. You would have jumped before you got there.
That's true.
Oh, a cyanide capsule. We didn't check his asshole real good. Maybe on the fourth one we'll do that. You know, think about that though. That whole the idea of an entire population of a country that's an advanced country, a very advanced country at the time, and you have a lunatic who is trying to commit genocide, and the entire fucking world knew. I mean, everybody knew it. It just they didn't want to deal with it because they figured, well, 6 million less Jews will come in there when there's 10 left, and they can go ahead and take over Miami. But anyway, this guy, you know, had an entire population. Now, this isn't even a college graduate. This is just some douchebag, you know, some corporal in World War I who is demonstrated his violence and have an entire civilized culture hailing this guy, knowing that he's batshit fucking crazy. But if you put yourself in the average citizen's shoe during that time, say that happened here, and of course we'd have our own spin. Uncle Sam would, you know, get in the easy bake oven, Negro. You need to be in there. You're bad. You're trying to kill Whitey. Same thing. It's just done in a different way. We'll put you in a ghetto where you can starve to death or be killed by your own people. So he put them in ovens. I mean, you know, they were dead when they went in the oven. It wasn't like he cooked them alive. It was civilized. At least they gassed them. But the point I'm trying to make, an average person in that society, what would you do? I'm Sieg Heiling, bitch. I mean, you know, I don't have to even believe this motherfucker. What's your alternative? What's plan B? I'm going to be a hero.
I wouldn't have killed the Jews. I would have said, hey, Jews, would you help us fix this economy? Because when Hitler came along in the early 30s, he's like, hey, can you guys eat? No? Well, then vote for me. I'll fix shit.
Yeah, but I'm talking about after he's in power. All right, everybody's Sieg Heiling. There's this mass hysteria, you know, Achtung für Juden, Schwein, all that. And you're like, hey, this seems like a bad idea. Okay, well, we're going to pull out your fingernails and, I don't know, maybe step on your testicles for a little while and see if you won't Sieg Heil too. I'm Sieg Heiling. Fuck it. Maybe I'm a pussy. I'm Sieg Heil. Fuck you, Jew. Fuck you, Jew. At that point, because, yeah, it's just too bad. I'm going with the win. You can't leave. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go to? Russia?
Yeah, I would have gone to China. Fuck them.
Yeah, well, there is China.
Yeah, if you go in the middle, because Japan was tacking the outer edges, so you have to go to the middle of China.
Well, you had to get through MacArthur because, you know, the Chinese were getting their heads cut off by the Japanese. I mean, that whole World War thing, I assume we'll have another one. I don't think it'll be played out with nuclear weapons. I think it'll be conventional because it's just best for the economy, honestly.
It is, yeah. Bolivia is where you want to go. Nobody wants to attack Bolivia. Nobody in Bolivia wants to fight.
Or Belize. Belize, yeah. And so I've heard their kilos go for the cheapest amount for the best quantity. Just saying. It's economics.
Well, that's a win-win then.
You got to love it. Plus, it's nice weather. I mean,
yeah.
Think about it. Miami with cocaine.
Only thing, though, is the spiders and the snakes, though.
Yes. In fact, I watched a video my youngest son showed me. This is what we do to bond around here. Other than Christmas morning when we get together and watch Schindler's List as a family. He showed me this video. The guy's called Peter. What is it, Peter? Oh, Killer Pete. Killer Pete. You can check it out on YouTube. Killer Pete. He's a real live, and this is many millions of hits follow this. Killer Pete is a heroin junkie, and he will show the common person who wants to transcend into the lifestyle of a junkie how to shoot heroin into their chin without skin popping, because that's a very bad thing, because you're evidently, if you skin pop, your hands and feet will feel like spiders. But Killer Pete really shoots heroin on YouTube, and it's amazing because he has more followers than the Pope does. So there's something to injecting heroin into your chin that is mesmerizing the world population. So if you want to get popular, you need to be a heroin junkie and go on YouTube, for Christ's sakes. Well, unless you don't believe in Christ, and it would be for whatever sakes. Peter the Great. I don't